Hey, welcome back. Good morning to you. Bill Martinez here, and good morning to Jenny Beth Martin, Tea Party Patriots Action Chair. Hey, how you doing, lady?
I am great. What a great week it's been, Bill.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I love the left is getting a whiplash because it's moving so fast. They can't even keep up with all their complaints. They just have to find something wrong with anything.
Yeah, they do. I've seen a funny meme online where it's Lucille Ball from the I Love Lucy show, and
Oh,
she's trying to keep up with the factory and shoving chocolate in her mouth, and that's what it's like for them. They can't keep up with everything that President Trump is doing, and it's so great to say President Trump again.
exactly. Well, and again, he reinforces the idea because the left said, "Well, he's making lots of promises. Is he going to keep them in 1 week?" Are you kidding me? Look at what he's been able to do in 1 week, Jenny Beth.
Yes, he's keeping his promises. He's showing the American people and the voters on both sides of the aisle that this is what happens when you make promises, you get a mandate, you get into office and you keep those promises.
Right.
And I'm very excited about that. The thing that is exciting me the most, Bill, is what's happening on the border. I've talked to you many times over the years
Yes.
about the need to secure the border. We had 900 arrests on Sunday. And I think that is very good because it sends a message to anyone who's thinking about coming to our country illegally. America is serious about securing their border. We're not going to get away with coming into the country illegally. If they are a hardened criminal trying to get in, they know that they are very likely going to get caught. So I think every single one of those arrests winds up representing probably 10 people who won't even try to come over our border because they understand we're serious about securing our border now.
Well, and the thing is, he is building alliances even with reluctant presidents of nations that say, no, we don't want to do anything. Oh, I think you do, because have you
Yeah,
have you heard of sanctions? Oh, well,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I, I think what we saw on Sunday while President Trump was on the golf course with Colombia just shows, yes, he's using his power. He's reminding the world, not just Colombia, that we have a president in America who is going to put America and Americans first. And if
Exactly.
you're not going to take your citizens back to your own country, then fine, okay, well, we will put tariffs on, and if you don't do what we want within a week, we'll double those tariffs, and we're going to revoke visas, and on and on and on. And very quickly they changed their tune. So I think that that is important not just for Colombia, but for all the countries who have allowed their citizens to come to our country illegally, and then all countries around the world, including those who are our biggest adversaries like Iran, China, and Russia. They're going to understand that this president, President Trump, is serious about taking care of America and Americans.
Exactly. Well, and I think that's what's exciting people. I was just in Vegas. I'm still dealing with a little bit of a Vegas cold. It was cold there, and it was amazing. The buzz there at the SHOT Show, Jenny Beth, was people were so excited because of the things that Trump has been igniting, on behalf of in behalf of we the people.
That is exactly right. And people really are excited about it. And I've talked to people, I travel often, Bill, so I hear from Uber drivers and just the everyday Americans who are working jobs in the hospitality industry. And they are excited. They want to see the prospects for the economy to grow. They want to see the kind of cuts that he is making, that he is planning to make to the government. They want a secure border. They want a better country, and they're excited about the opportunity ahead of us. And I
Exactly.
think, as President Trump said in the inauguration speech, this is the beginning of a new golden age in America. And I think all Americans should want that new golden age.
Yeah, and how do you argue against common sense, Jenny Beth? I mean, the Democrats just seem like they're lost, trying
They,
to argue against the common sense of it all.
Well, I think that when they don't know how to argue against it, we see the tears, like Selena Gomez's
Oh my God.
tears.
Yeah.
But I And they probably will move beyond that and organize and try to work against President Trump. But the catch right now is this, and it's sort of like what the Tea Party movement faced back in 2012 after Obama was reelected. You have to come to grips with the fact that you have not been persuasive with your message to the American people. President Trump and his supporters have been. And as you said, it is a common sense message that resonates with most Americans. And I think that's part of the reason why he was able to get people who maybe normally have traditionally been Democrats to cross over and vote for him. And part of that is because the Democratic Party has left their base and they are off on this deeply socialist, liberal, leftist agenda that is not the kind of Democrat Party that you and I grew up with. And I think people are going, yeah, no, we reject that. We want common sense, and we want to be able to have a country where maybe we don't agree on every single political issue, but we do agree we want the best for America, and we're going to work towards that.
And there's certain practical things that we need to focus on with education, and confusing our kids over their sex is not one of them.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And it's not just confusing our kids over sex, which is absolutely a huge problem. And President Trump has addressed that in an executive order. It is also instilling racism in them and teaching them to look at people first by their outward appearances, such as skin color and sex or gender, rather than the content of their character. We need to get away from that in our school system and get back to focusing on making sure that inside their brains, they know how to function, they know how to think, they know how to do math, they know how to read, so that they can get out and be problem solvers and have great jobs and great opportunities in their lives when they become older and are adults.
Well, Jenny Beth, hopefully what the people are able to translate here is that this was a divisive plan by the left to dumb down our kids so they could be malleable and manipulated. That's really what it boils down to, right? I mean,
yeah.
you realize they nearly captured this generation.
Well, I think that you're exactly right, but I also think it didn't completely work because young men ages 18 to 24 did wind up voting for Trump. So all of those attacks against men, regardless of race, and while there was division along racial lines through DEI, there were attacks against men specifically in the school system. And they're like, no, 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 no. We're done with this. And it's not that men think they're better than women. They just want equal opportunity the same as everybody else. And I think that the good thing right now is, and this responsibility does not just fall to President Trump. It falls to every single one of us who voted for him. We have to do everything we can to help him be successful, to help him keep his promises, and then to convey to our fellow Americans that his solutions make everybody better. That's how we overcome that indoctrination in schools, because they will be able to see with their own eyes what they're and a difference of opinion and a difference of governing, how that difference makes their lives better.
Yeah, it is quite clear. And I get it that for some people it's difficult for them to see it, but they're starting to see it. And that's encouraging. And so people on, conservatives need to continue to hold on and hold the ground, because why do you do that? I mean, why are you holding the ground of common sense? Because it's good for you, it's good for your family, it's good for your neighbors. I mean, I don't see where people lose on that, Jenny Beth.
No, I completely agree with you. And we do have to hold that ground. And you know that I'm an activist and I encourage everyone to be active. And I think that you're exactly right. We have to continue to hold that ground. We need to make sure that we're following what President Trump is doing and understand why he's doing it and what he's doing, and then communicate that with our friends, our family, our neighbors, our coworkers in just in a congenial manner, so that we're helping reinforce what he's doing by being messengers for common sense.
You're exactly right. Well, how can people be in touch with you, Jenny Beth, as we wrap things up?
Sure. Go to teapartypatriots.org, teapartypatriots.org to get involved. And you can follow me on all the socials at Jenny Beth M.